Hey everybody, welcome to the very first ever episode of Hold My Microphone. This is my first attempt at a podcast. If you don't know, I listen to podcasts all the time, especially when I'm playing video games or something, and I need background noise. And I've been listening to podcasts for so long. Some people that I listen to are who do I listen to? Mahler I listen to a lot. Dishonored Wolf I listen to a lot. Usually they collab a lot. Red Letter Media I listen to. Godzilla Mendoza. If you don't know, I interviewed him. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. It's kind of old. I think it's like a year old, but it has. I'm gonna talk about a lot of topics. Video games, movies, opinions that I have on things. I don't know. Sometimes other podcasts that I listen to are the H3 podcast, the Gavin McInnes Get Off My Lawn podcast. I don't really agree with all the politics that Gavin McInnes says, but I do agree with some things that he says, and we'll talk about that kind of stuff too. It's just a podcast that this one doesn't have any real topic, but the rest of the episodes will. Some of them will be video analysis. I'm going to be doing stuff on video game reviews that other people have done, and then I'm going to review those. I'll have a lot of guests on here, friends, other people in the YouTube community, if I can get a hold of them. But stuff like that. So that's what this podcast is all about. Obviously, it's a parody of Hold My Beer. It's called Hold My Microphone. I couldn't really think of anything better. I mean, if you can tell me and I'll probably rename it. But, no. But we'll just kick it off now. But, yeah, this is my podcast, Hold My Microphone. Trying to think of what's been going on lately. I went to Comic-Con yesterday. We went to Wisconsin Comic-Con. We went there to go visit, Cary Elwes, I think his name is. He is Wesley in The Princess Bride, and then when I got there, he wasn't there. Apparently canceled, which he didn't say on his Twitter or anything. I looked it up. He didn't say on his Twitter that he wasn't going to be there, which I kind of thought was pretty bullshit, to be honest. If you're going to not be there, then you should at least say something. You know what I mean? He didn't even bother saying anything. But I still had fun. I got a bunch of art, got some books. Comic-Con's always funny because you go and there's stuff to do, but it's basically like a mall for superhero fans, comic book fans. It's like the mall. It's like the Mall of America comic book edition. Everybody's always got booths of, toys and art and action figures, models, everything. And, it's funny because you go and the whole thing is so expensive. I remember they were selling, this asshole was selling artwork for $40 a pop because he would draw with pencil and he already had them printed off in pencil, but he would color it how you wanted it to. But it was $40 a color. So it's if you wanted him to color his eyes, I wanted a Superman one. So for $40, he would color the eyes. The eyes. That's what he would do. It's just stupid shit like that. Why would I pay $40 for that? And he had no business. He had no business. And this was because he was doing it like that. It just wasn't right. And I'm honestly surprised that he thought that he could get away with that. And now I'm sure some people, that have, high-paying jobs and stuff will buy that shit if they really want to. I work at a landscaping company. I make $200 a paycheck. I only work 20 hours a week. So I can't do that shit. And I don't want that shit either, It's ridiculous. The book I bought was $75. It was a massive Spider-Man book. It had all of the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man issues. So that was really cool. I always liked Todd McFarlane. He's such a great artist, and I appreciate those Spider-Man comics in the 90s. I have a rule when it comes to comic books. If it's written before 1986, don't read it because it's terrible. I can't think of a single comic book that is good for 1986. 86, they remade Superman to not be super overpowered. They redid Batman a lot. Spider-Man was starting to get better. Like, there's just you can tell when a comic is written before 1986. There's just a completely different stuff to it. It's like when Gwen Stacy died in Spider-Man, and then they had to redo a bunch of that. Well, they didn't redo it, but like a lot changed because Gwen died from Spider-Man. It's one of those things. I feel like the remake of Superman restarted comic books as well. Like, it was one of those things. But yeah, I went to Comic-Con. They had like an improv group show. So like they had like a they had like an improv show of 5 people, and they were called Penguin Knife Fight, I think they were called. They were funny. I don't know, it made me want to, go up there and give it a shot. So that should tell you something right there. But yeah, that was fun. No complaints about that. We did an escape room too. You guys know what an escape room is, I hope. And it was terrible. They didn't do it right. And the person next to me was like halfway through it, they were like, "Okay, I've had enough. I want to get out." And I was like, "What? Are you claustrophobic?" And he goes, "No, I'm just bored." Like, they didn't. It was just bad. We were in a spaceship and we were trying to figure out how to get away from this artifact or something. No, we were trying to send an artifact to aliens, and it was stupid. It was just a stupid escape room. But other than that, Comic-Con was fun. It was really fun. Good times. We got a nice hotel room. Yeah, good times. Good times. But I have school coming up tomorrow. Actually, I start my next class. That should be fine. It's just a theater class. I'm not a theater major or anything, but it's just a summer class to get some credits. My college roommate is staying with me Mondays through Wednesdays, so that should be fun. He has his own bed. No problems there. It should just be fun. We can hang out, play some video games, eat food, watch movies if he wants to watch movies. He only watches movies if they're in the movie theater, which I guess I can agree with. Like, I don't know, there's a certain kind of atmosphere that you get when you're in the movie theater compared to when you're not. Like, I guess in the movie theater you feel more like you're having a special experience, if that makes sense. But I understand that when you are, watching it on your TV, it can be kind of underwhelming. So I can agree with that. I think unless if you have a massive fucking TV with a super surround sound, and I mean that's great, but if you have like a super small like TV with the antennas still popping out, and then you're trying to watch something, it's like kind of underwhelming. But yeah, so I got going on. Sorry, I'm drinking water as this podcast goes. What else has been going on? Oh yeah, my college roommate is half white, half black. So his dad is black and his mom is white. And we'll make jokes that his white part is showing or his black half is showing. Because like he's really into comic books and superheroes and stuff, but at the same time he has a very I think he'll agree with me when I say that he has a lot of like musical tastes with the black side of him. Like he hates metal, he hates rock music, he thinks it all sounds the same, which I can kind of agree with. I don't know, I love Eminem. I think Eminem is a great rapper. I think that Kendrick Lamar is a good rapper. I think that I don't know, there are some rappers where I'm just like, why? That's nothing. Like mumble rappers, I can't stand them. I think that they don't require any kind of talent. And you can disagree all you want, but I mean, just look at their process. I think that rap music is the easiest music to produce. I think it is the easiest form of music to create. Because you don't have to learn an instrument. You don't have to learn how to write music. You don't. You just make it on the computer. I think that the skills in rap come with making the beat on the computer and then coming up with poetry. But I think there's a lot more work when it comes to making other kinds of music, where you actually have to learn instruments. And a lot of times you can't rely on electronic music software. So I think that takes more skill. You can disagree all you want, but I mean, I think everybody can kind of agree that it just takes more skill. It does. It's not necessarily a bad thing. that rap takes less skill, but it just does. I mean, you look at videos like have you ever seen that video of the guy that said how easy it is to make a rap song, and he made a rap song in like 2 minutes, and it was like fire, right? Like it was really good. You can't do that with other kinds of music. You just can't. You can't do that with other kinds of music. I'm trying to here. I'll try and find the video of to mumble rap. How easy it is to make mumble rap. Yeah. It's by Sarcastic Militia. How to become a SoundCloud mumble rapper. Check that video out. It is absolutely easy as fuck. Honestly. So, I guess that's... I don't know how we really got talking about this, to be honest. But, like... I don't know. I guess we were talking about it because Isaac... That's his name, by the way. Isaac says... You know, oh, it's... You know, it all sounds the same. Blah, blah, blah. Like, try listening to rap. You know? Don't get me wrong. I love rap music. I do. I listen to a lot of rap artists. But I think that it requires less effort. That's all that I'm saying. But yeah, we joked that the white part of him is like the comics and stuff, but then the black part of him is the music and stuff. I don't know. It's funny. Plus, like, sometimes he'll get frustrated and, like, his inner, like, he just sounds like an angry black guy. You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing at all. I wish that I was black. I really do. I wish that I wasn't white. Because being white means you're a bitch, you know? Like, for real. I wish that I was black. That's what I wish. I wish that I was black. There was a waitress one time. There was a waitress. And this was before I was myself, like who I am now. This is when I was like in really early high school, maybe. And there was a waitress, and I wanted to get her number because she was so cute. And I would even go there to the restaurant just to go talk to the girl. But I never could. I was a freshman in high school. You know what I mean? How old was I? I would have been like 15. This was 7 years ago, you know. And I couldn't talk to her. And then all of a sudden, this black kid, the same age as me, just goes right up to her and was like, hey, do you have a boyfriend? She goes, no. And then they go out. And I'm like, man, I wish I was black. It's so awesome. I wish I was black. I do. I wish I was black. For real. I really do. Boy, what else? They got that new Star Wars game coming out. Jedi Order. That should be kind of fun, I guess. I don't know. I was looking at the gameplay footage, and have you ever noticed how, like... Boy, I don't know. It just looks like The Force Unleashed to me, but, like, less special. Now, I understand that it's an alpha. You know, the beta hasn't come out yet. I understand. The beginning of the thing literally says alpha gameplay. You know, so I understand that. But first impressions, it looks like The Force Unleashed. But it just looks a little more... worse. I always liked Starkiller because he had Force Lightning, you know, and he had all sorts of Force powers. He was like a one-man army with those things. But it looks like this Jedi doesn't have Force Lightning, which kind of sucks. And it also... It just looks a little less unleashed, you could say. Something like that. You know? That's just what I'm getting from it. What else? I don't know. I'm really excited for that new Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That should be really fun. Let me look up the characters that this game has. Because I know that there's supposed to be more than one. I have played Ultimate Alliance 2. And I played it with a friend of mine, and he hated it. He thought that it was really boring. Like, it kind of is, too. It's just one of those, like, it kind of is. It's just a game where you beat them up. It reminds me of, like, I don't want to say this. I understand that it's cool that you can, you know, change characters and that there's a lot of, you know, different combinations that you can do. But it kind of reminds me of Spider-Man Friend or Foe. If you ever played that game, it's just a two-player game where you just play as Spider-Man characters and you beat up things. And then you get to the boss fight, and then that's it. That's the game. And I understand. Like, if I had to choose between Spider-Man Friend or Foe or any Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, I would pick Ultimate Alliance just because of the character variety. But I'm saying that the gameplay is the same. So I think that's the problem with it. But if this game comes out and it's really good, and it feels like more than just a stupid walk around and fight things and then get to a boss with... I think that would be great. I want it to be good. You know, I really do. I want it to be good. So, here are the playable characters for the game. You have Black Panther... by the way, this game is very MCU... very MCU focused. So everybody looks like they're MCU characters. Even like Captain Marvel has her super short, haircut, all that kind of stuff. So, okay. Here are the characters that it has. It has Black Panther. Isaac will like that. Isaac's favorite movie is Black Panther, by the way. We'll talk about that in a different episode. Black Widow, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Crystal. I think it's one of the X-Men. I'm not sure. By the way, I have never watched an X-Men movie or anything. I love Deadpool, but that's it. So, Daredevil, that'll be cool. Doctor Strange, Drax the Destroyer. No, Drax is obviously. Elektra, don't know who that is. Elsa, Bloodstone, don't know who that is. Falcon, Gamora, Ghost Rider, Groot and Rocket Raccoon, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Fist, Iron Man, Luke Cage, Magneto, whichever one you want. I guess it's Magneto, isn't it? I think it's Magneto. Miles Morales, Miss Marvel, Nightcrawler, Psylocke? I think it's Psylocke. Scarlet Witch, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man, which is who I'm going to be playing as all the time, Star-Lord, Storm, Thor, Venom, Wasp, and Wolverine. Now, I love how Wasp is a playable character, but Ant-Man is a non-playable character. So is Nick Fury, the Winter Soldier, Vision. Like, I don't understand why you can't make these guys playable characters. That doesn't make sense to me. Why not, right? Why not make Nick Fury a playable character? Why not? Like, I don't understand any of that, to be honest with you. Apparently Venom appears and Magneto appear as bosses. So, that'd be cool. So far, none of the characters are labeled as possible DLC characters. But, I mean, who knows? I know that a lot of people want Carnage, which I understand. Carnage is awesome. But it looks like they're in the right direction. Like, I've seen some of the gameplay and stuff. It looks more... Like, it looks like it's more than just a casual beat 'em up like the first two games. Like, it looks like there's more to it than that. I saw, like, a expanded trailer, and it looked like you could run away from things. Like, there were, like epic Uncharted-y action sequences and stuff. So, if you have that, at least they're trying to change it up a little bit. I just don't want it to be a walk around, beat things up. Like, I don't want to turn off my brain while I'm playing it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to be, like, in a trance. Like, I don't want to be thinking about, what I had for breakfast while I'm playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I think it's great that you can play with a bunch of friends, though. That's really cool. I like that. I like playing with my friends. So, if they have that, then I'll be very happy. Well, I know that they have it. So, I'm saying, like, I'm glad that they have it. I think you can have, like, up to 4 people. So, that's great. I love that. Good job, Nintendo. Good job. Yeah, I don't know. I think for the second episode, we're going to be talking a lot about Arkham and Star Wars games. The Arkham games are my favorite series of video games next to Uncharted. We might talk about Uncharted in the next episode. I'm not sure yet. And definitely going to talk about Star Wars games. particularly the Star Wars Battlefront games. I have a friend who's a modder. He goes under the name Harrison Fogg. He is remaking the entire Battlefront 2 video game. Definitely if you have Battlefront 2 on anything but the PC, forget that and buy it on PC. It's on Steam. You can buy it on your Mac, I think, too, and you can buy it on a physical disc for like $10 if you have the right buyer. So, sorry, if you have the right seller. But I would definitely buy that. He's remaking the whole game, maps, player models, graphics mod, everything, and it looks amazing. So I would definitely try that out. You just download it. Like, there's really easy instructions and stuff to go with it. It's really easy to install. I would definitely check it out. I will upload probably more Battlefront 2 videos when the project is finished, honestly. I uploaded one new Battlefront 2 video. That one doesn't count because that game is stupid. I could put up with the first game because it was new, but I can't really put up with this second one just because, I don't know. I know that they're supposed to come out with an offline mode in the new Battlefront 2 that you can play with your friends, and it's supposed to be like large-scale battles. That's good. I remember me and some friends talked about the first Battlefront when it came out with Instant Action, and it came out with Walker Assault and the space one. What was the space one called? It wasn't called Starfighter Assault. Was it? What was that called? That should tell you how long it's been since I played that game. I have not played the original Battlefront in almost 3 years. Almost 3 years. Wow. And I have like 40 videos on that too. Hold on. Star Wars Battlefront Star... What's it called? Starfighter Assault? Let me see. No, it's called Starfighter Assault in the second game. Yeah. That's what I thought. So what was the first one called? Boy. Space Battle gameplay. It's only showing pop-ups for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Huh. I can't really find it. Well, that sucks. I wish I could remember what that mode was called. Star Wars Battlefront 1 game modes, maybe? Star Wars... if I can't find it here, I'm going to stop. Star Wars Battlefront 1 game modes. Let's see here. Skirmish, Walker Assault, Fighter Squadron. It was called Fighter Squadron. Okay. Yeah, it had those two modes, which kind of sucked, in my opinion. I don't know. At least they give you something to do. The new arcade mode in Battlefront 2 is so boring. There's nothing to do. You know, you just kill things. It's nice to have objectives. Like, Call of Duty. You can play those offline with bots, and there's so many objectives that you can do. That shit's great. It's boring when there's nothing to do. You know, again, Spider-Man Friend or Foe with the Ultimate Alliance thing. There's just nothing to do. I don't want to shut my brain off. I want something to do. You know? So, yeah. Yeah. I hope that this new game mode for Battlefront 2 has objectives that you can have fun and, you know, play with your friends. That's all I really ever wanted. That's why I play the Classic so much. Because it's just fun. There's no stress. Because if you haven't figured out, I think that when you play online with people, it's just not that fun of an experience. They're just assholes. Everybody's an asshole. I'm an asshole. When I play online with people, I'm an asshole. Everybody is. That's the point of the game. Like Grand Theft Auto 5 online. That's like the biggest grind fest ever, along with people that are assholes. And then what do you do with that money? You buy weapons or you buy properties so that you can kill more people that are playing online with you and be an asshole. it's, I don't know. There's just a big part of online gaming that just, it's not fun. And I gotta ask the listeners here, like, if you have are any of your favorite games completely multiplayer focused? Like you can't say Call of Duty because Call of Duty has offline bots. Or, every time I hear somebody's favorite game, they say Halo. Well, you're not playing Halo for the online, you're playing it for the campaign. From the people that I've talked to. I'm not saying that everybody that plays Halo plays it offline, but every single person that I have talked to that says Halo is their favorite game, they play it for the campaign. Resident Evil series, play it offline. Spider-Man, PS4, you play it offline. Red Dead, oh, you play that offline. How about Mortal Kombat? You can play that offline. My favorite game is Grand Theft Auto 5. For the story, you can play that offline. My favorite game is The Last of Us. You can play that offline. You know what I mean? So, nobody says that their favorite game is Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017. My favorite game is Uncharted 4, but my second favorite game is Star Wars Battlefront 2. The old one, not the new one. So, I don't know. It's just funny to me that somebody can say that their favorite. Nobody is saying that. Nobody's saying that their favorite game is completely online focused. So, anyway, in a nutshell, I hope that this new mode for Battlefront 2 is an offline. Well, I know that it's offline focused, but I hope that they give us something to do. That's all I want. Whether it be command posts or bases or, anything. Just give me something to do. Stop making me just walk around and kill things. I hate that. I hate it. I've always hated it. I have always hated just the concept of walking around and shooting something. Even like Call of Duty campaigns, at least they have a premise, a story, and an objective. You know what I mean? Like, they never say kill all the hostiles in the area. Like, there's always something that you have to get to, or something that you have to kill, or something that you have to do. Death matches in online games, or Battlefront 2 XL mode, where you just have to kill things. At least there's, like, I don't know. There's just something about it. Maybe because the maps are bigger, or maybe because the mechanics are more fun. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about these Star Wars games. We're just walking around the map and doing something. It's just so boring. I guess it's because it's the only thing you can do. Because at least in like Call of Duty, you can do an objective mode if you want. In Battlefront 2, there's Galactic Conquest. You know what I mean? But what do you have to do in the arcade mode in Battlefront 2? That's literally the only thing that you can do. So I think that's what gets me so much. If that makes sense. It should, but But yeah, second episode, we're going to be talking about the Arkham games and Star Wars games. That should be fun. We're going to talk about all 4 of the Arkham games and the speculation that there might be another Arkham game. There probably isn't. I don't know. Can we talk about Rocksteady for a second? Rocksteady pisses me off these days. They came out with Arkham Knight, which in my opinion is the worst Batman game. Not a bad game, but the worst Batman game. And that came out 4 years ago. 4 years ago that game came out. And it's like, we've heard nothing. Like, come on. Get your shit together. The fuck? Nobody else does this. Nobody else does this, So it bothers me that it seems like they don't care. I don't get it. I don't know what they're working on, but it better be like the biggest fucking game ever made if you're going to work 4 years on a project and you're not going to say anything about it. It better be like the fucking shit. It better be bigger than anything. Even Red Dead 2 was announced at this point by Rockstar. It's just amazing to me that you don't say anything. Like, what the hell? Come on. Just say something. Say what you're working on. And then they tease everything. Like, they teased that Batman was going to have a Court of Owls game. but nothing. Like, they said, oh, it's not. Did they say it wasn't? They either said that it wasn't a Court of Owls game, or they just stopped with the rumors that it was a Court of Owls game. And now they don't show up at E3. It's just like the biggest slap in the face to fans of the studio like me. And it's so weird that I don't know what happened. Arkham Asylum was great. Arkham City was great. And Arkham Knight was okay. Wasn't, 1 out of 1, 1 out of 100 or 10 or whatever, but it was okay. So it's like, it's okay. And now they don't say anything. Forever. Like, forever. The last time that they said something, I was in high school. I'm in my last semester of college. Like, that's just ridiculous. So they better be working on something great. And if it's something stupid, that's going to suck. With Rockstar, it's okay, because Rockstar never comes out with a bad title. Ever. But Rocksteady's come out with a kind of bad title, and that's Arkham Knight. I didn't say it was bad, I said it was okay, which is kind of bad. So, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Because if it does, then we'll probably have to wait another 5 years for something, It's just, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I saw Toy Story 4. Probably my second favorite Toy Story. My childhood was 3 things: Spider-Man, Batman, and Toy Story. I loved Buzz Lightyear the most. Buzz Lightyear was my shit. I owned everything Buzz Lightyear. I had Buzz Lightyear bedsheets. I was Buzz Lightyear for Halloween. I had 30 Buzz Lightyear action figures. I watched the Buzz Lightyear TV series. I did everything with Buzz. So Toy Story was always a big part of my life. And I really liked it. I think my least favorite Toy Story is actually 3. David and some other people argue that 3 is the best one, but I don't know. 3 is just kind of creepy. I understand that you want to make it kind of creepy, but sometimes it's unnecessary. The bad guy in 2 was Al and Sticky Pete. I don't know. They weren't, creepy. They were just, they had anger filled, or maybe they had selfish motivations or whatever. But, they weren't fucking weird. You know what I mean? They weren't fucking weird. That's the best I can say it. They weren't fucking weird. Toy Story 4 doesn't really have any weird bad guys. I mean, the what are they called? The ventriloquist dummies are kind of freaky. Weird looking. But even those things aren't, they are not creepy at all compared to the absolutely terrifying baby of Toy Story 3. Do you guys remember that thing? It's just freaky. It looks like Chucky's cousin or something, It's just, fucking weird. It's why would you have that on a Toy Story? It's a baby doll that's broken, and one of its eyes is, halfway closed, and they have, crayon drawings all over it, and it looks like... It's just freaking weird, dude. It's not... It's so unnecessary. It's like watching a bad horror movie. You know what I mean? But I like, Andy going to college and then passing along the toys and all that stuff. That's the thing. Toy Story, I never said Toy Story 3 was a bad movie. I said that it was the worst out of all the Toy Stories. Toy Story 3 is a great movie. It made me cry at the end. I remember. And I was only 13 when Toy Story 3 came out. It's been that long. It's been 9 years since Toy Story 3. And I remember thinking that was a great movie, but it's the worst one out of all the Toy Stories. It's just weird. And, the people at the daycare, I don't understand why you would just follow Lotso like that. If he's being that big of a dick, just do what Baby did. Fucking throw him in the garbage. You know what I mean? Do a little bit of a mutiny. I don't know why you would just join up like that. Sid's toys never joined up with him. Stinky Pete never had any allies. You know what I mean? Everybody hated him once they found out that he was the bad guy. I don't know. I guess, Toy Story 4 has the ventriloquist with the girl doll wanting the voice box. I don't really know why they're helping her. I guess they're, the henchmen. Again, it falls into that whole Toy Story 3, why are you helping them business? I guess that's the problem I have with the movie. I also, I needed more Buzz. Buzz didn't really do much in this movie. But other than that, it was a great movie, and I really liked it more than Toy Story 3. I liked it more than Toy Story. I don't know why. I guess Toy Story 1 just kind of feels like it doesn't have as much emotion for me as Toy Story 4 did, and I think that's what makes it better. Because the end of Toy Story 4 should be the end of the franchise. Buzz and Woody say goodbye to each other. They give each other a hug, and plays this great music, and, it's just like the end, It's the end of an era. But I know that that's what they said about Toy Story 3. So I don't know where they're going, Who knows? But, yeah, I like that. I like the premise of Toy Story 4. I like the ideas. I like the emotion. Animation was great. The comedy is the best. I have never laughed harder at a Toy Story movie. Key and Peele do great in that movie. It's just funny. It's a funny-ass movie. It's hilarious. It's much funnier than any of the other Toy Stories. Yeah. I think on a scale from worst to best, it goes 3, 1, 2. No, sorry. It goes 3, 1, 4, 2. I think 2 is the best one. I think 2 is the best one just because, I don't know, like, Woody is very conflicted on that one, and I like that. I like Jessie. I like Bullseye. I like Stinky Pete even. Buzz. I think Buzz is a great character arc in that. You get to see, him realizing what he used to be like, and, Buzz is badass in that movie. He just is. He's badass. And I like that, I love the opening sequence where Buzz is like an actual space ranger in that video game and he's like fighting Zurg and stuff. I thought that was awesome. I love that. But yeah. So I like that. Yeah. So we'll probably take care of that. Sorry, I'm trying to get this guest on the podcast here as I'm doing this. Yeah. I mean, so great movie. Okay, I'm done talking to my guest here. I think we're gonna end it in a minute here. It's just an introductory podcast, honestly. We'll have a lot more, discussions and themes. We're going to have themes. This is the only episode where I'm just talking about random, crap that's been happening over the past month or so. But now we're going to start having actual, actual discussions, conversations, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what's going on the Hold My Microphone podcast. Hope you guys liked this first episode. If you did like it, please subscribe to my channel. I understand that it's a pain in the ass, but at the same time, it just helps me out, So if you want to support the show, please do it that way. I'm not asking for money in any way. I'm not asking for to buy my merchandise. I don't even have any merchandise, but just subscribe if you could. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next time on Hold My Microphone, where we'll be talking about the Arkham games and the Star Wars games. Thank you for listening to Hold My Microphone. This is Zach on Hold My Microphone. Hold my microphone.